This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2025 Forest River Cottage by Cedar Creek. The model number is 40CBK. This is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? Let me open this up here. Okay. So, as you can see, you've got crank down stabilizers, a large power awning with LED, sliding doors on this side of the slide, and up here you got a regular entry door. Two LP tanks. This is the vent for your furnace here. You also have cable and satellite through here. Fresh water drains, low point drains. That is a vent for your range hood there. And you have your dump valves here for your black tank, which is toilet water and waste, and then you have your gray tank, which is sink and shower water. Okay. Here you have your city water hookup right here. You just hook that up and you're all set. Turn on the city water and all the plumbing works. You use this one here, you can fill the fresh water tank and use the onboard pump to pump the water if you want to. This one here is your black tank flush. So one thing you got to remember, like it says on the sticker here, if you're going to flush the black tank, pull the dump valve and dump it. Leave the valve open. It's very important to leave the valve open. Hook the hose down here, turn it on, flush it out, then you close the valve. You never turn the water onto this unless the dump valve itself is in the open position. You don't want too much pressure to build up. You have a electric water heater. Of course, this is winterized right now. You never ever want to run this without water in it. So you have to look and see what state it's in right now. Right now it's bypassed, right? You can see by the way the valves are. So the bottom line is, when the trailer's winterized, this is drained empty. So you never want to turn on the electric heating element while there's no water in the tank. If you do that, then you're going to have an issue. You're going to have to get it repaired, get the heating element repaired. So I'll show you the switch inside. The switch actually has a red light on it, so you can tell that it's on, so you don't make that mistake. So I'll show you that inside, but you never ever run this electric water heater without water in it, okay? These are your hydraulics here, your reservoir and your pump. This is for winterizing the trailer right here. This line will go into a gallon of antifreeze, and you draw it up using the pump, right? You put that in there. The pump is right here, okay? And all your valves are here, as we said. So never run the water heater without water in it, okay? And there's some graphics showing you how to put the valves in the correct position. If you're going to do that yourself, or you may know all that already. I'm just assuming you don't, or because I have to assume you don't, just so I cover everything, okay? These are your low point drains here. You have a 50 amp shore cord, plus we give you a 30 amp reducer. I'm not even sure. Do I have the key on me? Let me see. Yeah, I do. Let's see what we got here. This might just be storage, I'm not sure. This key will work. Everybody will be in good shape. There we go. Oh yeah, it's just a little storage nook there. Okay. It's a nook. Manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days, so keep that in mind. Especially if you've been pulling it, you want to look to make sure that you don't have any damage on the roof caused by low branches. That's the most common way to get it damaged. Road debris flying up or that sort of thing, but definitely inspect it regularly so you can take care of any issues. You can't see what's happening up there unless you look, so it's important to look. That's the vent there also. Okay. This is TV signal out here, plus some power. Okay, so let's go inside. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get some light in here. Okay, so your slide room, hydraulic, your slide rooms are hydraulic, so this is the switch for that. Your power awning is right here. Never leave the power awning out unattended, because if bad weather comes up, it can damage it very quickly. Okay, lights for your awning. You have let me see your water pump right here. Okay, right there. The water pump is used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use it to winterize the trailer. Of course, then you have all your levels here: your battery, charge, black tank. You only have one black tank, so you don't have to worry about this one. You just use the ones that that apply to your trailer, of course. Okay, lights. Okay, this is your thermostat. It's very simple. You have to go to which system you want to use, obviously. Very simple. Heat, cool, fan. And then of course, you pick your zone also. Let's get back to zone 1. And then the mode, of course, which turns it, that would be gas heat. That would be something we would use on a day-to-day. But it's all very self-explanatory. You just find out what you need at that time. I mean, generally speaking, you're going to use the air conditioner and the furnace. Those, that's something you're going to use all the time. This one here is for, let me make sure I got this. That one's for the ceiling fan. You see it there just start to spin there. Okay. These sensors here are for the heating and cooling system. Excuse me. Okay, all of your literature and your miscellaneous stuff is in that pack there. Of course, your TV comes out a bit. You have a fireplace right below it. Let's see if this opens up here. It probably does, yeah. You got a top secret drawer there. You can keep your remotes in or whatever. Your fireplace has a remote for it also. It also has buttons on it right here, of course. But you can see there's really kicks out the heat. It's coming out right now, and it's really coming out of there. So it has looks like it has a and there's a thermostat also. Okay. So we got a hidden pantry here, so let's figure this out. I bet you it's under here. Oh, there it is. Okay, look at that. More top secret. So you got all this storage back here, and this light, you can set it. I'm going to shut it off because I don't know which way is the right way to set it to. But it does have a sensor in it. You can shut it off. You can leave it off, or you can turn it on and off manually, or you can set it so it'll turn on when the motion sensor activates it. But because I don't know exactly which one that is here, we'll just shut it off. We'll always latch this down here. You don't want it to come flying open when you're traveling down the road. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a latch back there. Okay. Excuse me for my respiratory thing here that I'm fighting off. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be glowing green. If not, get it serviced. It's very important, obviously. When it comes to your sink here, this is like the super duper deluxe sink here. So you can unpack all this stuff. But there are going to be some more trays in here, some other things that go with the sink. Okay? But, so I can still give you an idea. There's going to be a piece that fits in here in that box there. And depending on which way you go with this hot and cold knob here, if you go to the right, it's going to work this waterfall, right? The waterfall just, you've got a thing where you put your plate underneath it basically, and water's going to come over this waterfall. I can't do it right now because there's antifreeze in the system, so, but that's the waterfall. Then you have, if you use this on the other side by using the numbers here, you just have your regular spout there. And then this one here is a glass cleaner. So you would put a glass on it like this and push down on the glass, and it'll shoot up and clean out the glass with some. It comes out at a pretty decent pressure. Don't ever just trust me. Don't ever just push down on this with the water turned on, because you'll regret it. It'll make a mess. So you have that, and then of course there's this dispenser here also. I don't normally do this because it's normally hooked up or already taken out, but we'll look at this real quick to see what we've got. Yeah, so you have the wooden piece that fits in there. This was you have these covers down here for here is another one. This was the piece I was talking about here that fits in, and you can right there, you can put it down on an angle, and the water flows over it. So yeah, you got a lot of stuff. You got the best, coolest faucet in the campground. Okay. For your router, which is installed, this would be for your smoke detector. It should be put in. I'll make sure it gets put in. You got self-closing hardware, which is nice. The drawers are very, very sturdy. They're not chintzy. They're very sturdy. You have a pantry here, of course, with your slide outs. Oh yeah, all good stuff. Okay, so he's got that tape shut for traveling, I suppose. I'll just leave it that way. You have the microwave, of course, which works like any other. You have your range here, which you do have lights. That's an ambient light there, and then this one's going to be the awning oven light. Yes. And let's see here. I don't know if the gas is turned on or not. Apparently it's not. But all you're going to do is go to the position, and you depress it, and it's going to light, and then you're just going to go whatever temperature you want with it, and It's that simple. The oven will obviously cycle on and off like an oven does, so that's all self-explanatory stuff. This one's got another cutting board in it for your trash. Very nice. Okay. So this will, let me see what we got here. So this is a fold out here. I hide a bit. So these cushions come off, and you grab it down here and you'll fold it out, drop the legs, and this will turn into a really large bed for a guest or a hobo. I better not say that, but yeah. Guest or relative. Your refrigerator obviously works like any other refrigerator. Very popular. Let me see what I got going here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Very nice. There's an ice maker in it, as you can see. Okay. You have storage underneath here, obviously. You also have a extension built into this also. All right. This is what I was looking for here. So this one here will be for this one up here. You can see it's opening the lid, and so that's on high, but you can change all that from here. Very simple. I'm just going to shut it off and it'll close it up automatically. When you come up to this particular loft, you're going to have another powered fan, as you can see right there, and it's a 4-speed fan, a really nice one. You put it on the low speeds, the low 2, you can't even hear it, but it still has a nice pull to it, but you can't even tell it's running. You put it on the high ones and it really cranks. So it'll cool it down, believe me. So the bathroom, I gotta make sure I point out that switch to you. I wanna make sure. Now when I showed you that vent on the outside, that's for this bathroom vent, which is right here. Okay, so there's the switch for that. GFCI here, all the plugs in the trailer, even if it's a regular receptacle, it's still wired through one of the GFCIs. So if you lose power in the receptacle, always think GFCI first, okay? Your shower, self-explanatory. The important thing is with this, as if you're traveling, you always lock these doors into this position, always. If you don't, they can ram and slide back and forth and break. But if you keep them latched, they won't, period. So you always want to keep them latched when you're traveling. Any sliding doors like you see here, when you're traveling, always latch them closed. Okay, I'm just going to open it so we can see the washer dryer combo here. You can see we're pre-plumbed and wired. So you could put the washer down here and a dryer up here, or you could use that would be the stackable, or you could just use a combo, whichever you want to do. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I'm wondering, I didn't prep this trailer, but I'm wondering, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to give false information, but tank heater usually means it has heated underbelly tanks, right? But I've seen them sometimes where it's a water tank. the reason I'm saying that, because that lights up. I just don't know if that's the right switch for the electric water heater that I told you to never, ever, ever turn on without water in it. I'm going to definitely give you the right information, so I want to make sure I do. So we'll just leave that open for now, because I would just be guessing until I get some more information here. When it comes to this loft, you got another fan just like the other ones. This is a more like a boys' loft, I guess. I don't know if there's such a thing. Are you allowed to say that anymore? I'm not sure. I am. I'm allowed to. So that is the screen for your sliding door, your entry door, the sliding one. So that's what that is there. And then you got your TV hookups and everything up there. Okay. Okay, so the front bedroom, excuse me, excuse my hacking. Okay, let's get some light in here so we can see what we have going on. That is the motion light there. You get a vacuum with it. Now, so this is the water heater switch that we were talking about. It says water heater switch. It's my first clue. But you can see it has the light on it. That's where you turn the water heater on. That it's got that big LED light out next to it, so you can see that it's on. The reason they do that, because they don't want you turning it on without water in it. All right. Let me come down this way. These obviously latch. I always travel with them latched. These are just charging ports. It looks like, yeah. Okay. And then there, that's that. There's your router that we saw the box. There you have it. Okay. This device here is your power converter. This is like the, well, it's, for one thing, it's like the AC distribution box. Here you have, when you're plugged into shore power, you have AC 120 AC circuit breakers here, right? And they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses, 12 volt DC fuses, and they're all labeled. So that's the distribution for the DC power. It's also a battery tender, so it's going to sense your battery and see how much energy that the battery has and needs. And as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's going to keep your battery charged. So it's a distribution center for power. It's an AC to DC converter and a battery charger all in one. Okay? All right. Lift here. You're supposed to take that off because it's another top secret area here. There you have it. And of course the film is still on your windows because it's going to be towed, so I've still got it on there. This is a supplement heater. And we have storage under here. Oh yeah, you have some more stuff here, which is, that's the vertical blinds that hang on the sliding door. And there's also a crank, a 3/4 inch crank there. And we probably have some storage under here, yes. A little bit, yeah. So we have storage there also. Yeah, it's a crank and the vertical blinds. Okay. TV. It's in a fixed position. I was going to say if it moves, you want to strap it, but you don't have to strap it. It's one position. This is really all you need. Okay, so going back to here, this must be for what it says, tank heater. So I'm gonna assume you turn that on, and it's got heating pads for your your holding tank so you can extend your season basically. It'll keep them from freezing longer into the winter, and you can go out earlier in the spring, so to speak. So that's what that is. Okay. Alrighty. So I think that about does it. Let me look around here. I know this was not the smoothest video ever, but I've got an excuse. So I got the bug, but I'm winning, so that's good. Okay. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. Make sure somebody gets up there periodically and looks things over. That's all. You just want to, if there's something happening up there that you need to know about, you need to know it, so somebody's got to look. Right now this is winterized, so you're set for the winter. And never run the water heater without water in the tank. That's important, obviously. Okay? Thank you very much.